pleasure to have you join us for this baccalaureate service this afternoon. And today we have the privilege of reflecting and celebrating the gifts and talents of this graduating class of 2017. Baccalaureate service's intent is to spend some time in worship and celebration in lives dedicated to learning. At the very core of Valley Christian High School's educational philosophy is the fact that we exist here on earth to give glory and praise to our Lord and Savior. In order to accomplish that, He has given us all gifts and talents. And it's been a real privilege to be tasked with the responsibility of growing and developing those gifts in these students before us today. We want to take some time today to celebrate the gifts and talents God has given these students. We also want to take some time to extend the thanks of those people that helped them accomplish these special abilities. So you will have the chance to hear from a number of people and students today and how they have accomplished those tasks. Thank you, parents, for coming alongside us at Valley Christian High School to make that happen. And we know that it doesn't happen without a lot of other support. And thank you to everyone else out there that have also made that possible. So please join us as we celebrate the gifts and talents of this graduating class in 2017.
Please bow your heads and close your eyes for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all of my wonderful peers sitting in front of me, family and friends as well. Thank you for guiding and protecting us these past 4 years of high school and all of the opportunities that have been presented. Thank you for all the teachers we've had these past 4 years and all of their hard work and effort that they have put into us. I pray that you will guide our class in whatever path you have for us. I pray that we will stay on the path of righteousness and not stray. I pray a blessing over each and every one of my classmates that they will succeed in life and live for you. And in Jesus' name I pray, amen. Now you please stand and worship.
past 11 years, my family has been involved with Valley Christian. What I love most about my parents are their loving hearts and their serving hearts. And now I'd like to welcome up my parents, Mark and Charbert.
Good evening. We want to take a little time this evening to talk about our time at Valley Christian High School. In fall of 2006, we were the parents of a freshman. 11 years later, here tonight, parents of a graduating senior, our third child, Gracie, our son, Madison, and Chandler are both alumni of Valley Christian High School. As a family, it was really important for us. We wanted to have our kids go to a Christian school, have that Christian worldview as a foundation for their teaching. That's what brought us to Valley Christian High School, along with the programs and the academics. As we've been there for 11 years, we've also fallen in love with the faculty and staff and all the families that we've met during our time at Valley.
Our faith has grown stronger because of our time here at Valley. We have prayed with teachers, parents, and students throughout the years. We've developed very deep relationships with students, with faculty, with parents. I wanted to kind of give you an idea of how we felt 4 years ago when Gracie started. It was a time when I felt movement, just in God's movement at Valley. I was serving lunch freshman year, first day of school, and we prayed before we served lunch. And on that day, we prayed that no student would be eating alone. As I was serving lunch, I looked ahead and saw a student sitting, eating alone, and I thought, oh my goodness, there's someone eating alone. And then all of a sudden, someone came up, older student, and sat down with that student, and he observed what was going on. And so I went to the office to kind of say, oh, praise God, we prayed, and something wonderful happened. And the parent that I spoke to said, oh, I prayed that same prayer. It happened to be her son that met the other student for lunch. So that just was just something that I was really excited about, to see how God was moving. As the students move forward onto their next chapter of life, we just ask that you always put God first.
So we've had many fond memories of Valley that we'll carry forward for the years ahead. And talked in the beginning about academics, programs, Christian Foundation of School. But underpinning all that, all the wonderful facilities we have, all the programs that we have, the wonderful faculty, is really the mission that a group of community leaders established for Valley Christian High School when they founded the school back in 1982. And the mission of Valley Christian High School is for students to know Jesus Christ as their personal Savior, live like Him, and prepare academically, physically, socially, and spiritually, and able to make a difference in the world. So to the faculty and staff, I want to thank you for your dedication in fulfilling that mission. We've seen that mission fulfilled in our 3 children. We see that mission being fulfilled in this graduating class, all the classes that came before, the class of 2017, and all the classes that will come in the future.
As alumni parents, we plan to stay involved at Valley Christian High School after graduation. We think it's important to serve, and to serve even if we're not having students attend here at Valley.
We're mindful of the fact that when we came here in 2006, there were families that came before us that really established a school, all wonderful facilities and programs, and we really benefited from those. well as a family over our 11 years. We think it's important that we continue to look for opportunities to serve and give back to Valley Christian High School. Even though it's a graduation for Gracie, our last child that will go to Valley Christian High School, we still plan to be involved and support the school going forward. So we'd like to close with 2 Bible verses. The first is from Deuteronomy 32:2. Let my teachings fall like rain, my words descend like dew, like showers on new grass, like abundant rain on tender plants.
Psalm 32:8, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you.
With that, on behalf of all the parents here tonight, congratulations, class of 2017. Thank you.
You guys hear me? Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, and most importantly, classmates of 2017. My name is Emily Baumgartner, Senior Class President.
And I am Haley Barnum, Student Body Secretary.
We are overjoyed to be standing here with you all and getting the opportunity to share our experience at Valley Christian these past few years. Now that this year is coming to an end, we are filled with numerous emotions. Excitement for our futures, nostalgia about leaving classmates and relationships behind, nervousness about the unknown and what's to come, and the constant reflection on precious memories we've made getting to this point in our lives. Our class of 2017 has undergone trials and tribulations like all classes do, but our class has been subjected to a reputation of out of the ordinary. Our class is filled with so many strong personalities that I truly believe will empower the world that we temporarily live in. Our diverse personalities aid in the reason for a reputation of being so different from the other classes. Although this can be viewed negatively, we truly believe that the students among us will use what we've learned these past 4 years to show others who God is, how He loves, and what He came to do. There's a reason God put us together. We have all connected and become one through exhilarating Trojan tournament events, endless homework nights, memorable teachers, and overall being with each other daily. It is crazy to say that this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally made it. So let's rewind back to freshman year when we were all itty-bitty and extremely awkward in a brand new school. Life was scary that first day of high school. Remember those days walking down the hallways, trying not to get trampled by all the big, intimidating seniors? Standing in those senior shoes today, it's actually sort of comical thinking that someone could be scared of us. I thought being a senior meant having it all together, knowing everything there was to know, and having total authority. Little did I know that seniors' lives are often messy, extremely stressful, failing tests you thought you aced, writing IDK in huge letters across a test. Talking to our class now, 4 years later, many of us agreed that freshman year was the year we truly got to know everyone in our class. From then and until now, we have not only grown together, but learned so much about one another's strengths and weaknesses. Moving on to sophomore year. This year is when we began branching out through this, we began to better understand who we were as a person. Sophomore year, we found hobbies we enjoyed, sports that challenged us, and friends that stood by our side. Students got involved in Valley by participating in school events and breaking out of our freshman year selves. This included performing in lip sync, where we bonded with more friends than we would normally socialize with. Our speech class aided in presenting the idea that pushing the boundaries is necessary for both spiritual and emotional growth. We learned to be vulnerable is not weakness, and it's actually the fullest form of courage. From then on, we remained outside of our shells and continued to branch out as the years went on. I would say sophomore year is when we decided we wanted to be heard. And let me tell you, we had no problem with that one.
As junior year came around, life began to move a little bit faster than normal. Time started flying by. It was a season to start preparing for our futures, determining where we wanted to apply for college, and trying to think of a way to leave a stamp on Valley. Junior year is when our reputation changed once again. When we put all of our determination and independence together, we could accomplish something so complex but wonderful. We made the biggest comeback in Valley history from coming in 4th place as the lazy sophomores to winning treasure tournament. Okay, wait. Maybe we didn't come in 1st place, but we all know we took the dub that day. Am I right? The best way to describe our senior year is by this quote. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epic of belief, and it was the epic of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. So many things have been played out for these past 4 years, beginning high school with our awkward, immature selves, to becoming independent young adults. This is the chapter of our lives that is coming to an end, but a brand new chapter is about to begin. For some of those years, they went by excruciatingly slow, but for others, they went as the blink of an eye. Regardless, we have all made it to the same point. From here on out, we will be embarking in separate journeys. I am so extremely grateful I was able to spend those past 4 wonderful and life-changing years with the Out of the Ordinary class. I enjoy being out of the ordinary because ordinary is boring. Our class always knew how to keep it interesting and exhilarating. I pray that each and every one of you will hold the determination, the strong-willed spirits, and bold-heartedness with you to your new adventures. It'll take you far. Whether it's off to a different place in the world or here in Arizona, Valley has helped us prepare and shape us for our futures. Congrats, ladies and gentlemen, we finally did it. Thank you.
The thing that I've learned the most at Valley is like the importance of branching out and trying new things, because if anything I've learned that it's when you push yourself into moments when you might feel awkward or anxious, it's when you learn the most and when you grow the most and when you learn to trust the Lord the most.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Valley's really given me a lot of opportunities to just grow as a person, and people here have really helped and encouraged me through those times where you're just trying something new and you're scared, but people like Nicole and other friends and teachers and stuff, they're just really good at just being a support group, and so yeah, branching out's definitely been a huge thing for me too.
Since I've been here at Valley, I've learned that no matter what happens, God is in control, and it's okay to feel lost and it's okay to feel confused as long as you know and rest in the fact that God's got your back.
There is one thing that Valley taught me, and that's realism. The world isn't everything we want it to be. People aren't everything we want it to be. The only thing that's going to separate us from the crowd is ourselves and our mind. I always talk about the mental 1%, and that's what I always want to be a part of. Whether someone wants to believe in me, whether other people hype me up and tell me that I'm going to do big things or not, it doesn't matter. The only person at the end of the day who can believe in you is yourself. And if you don't have that, then you've got nothing.
One thing that I've gained from Valley is that I've really grown in my faith, especially coming from a really huge public high school freshman year to a very small school. I gained a lot of relationships with teachers who were really good Christian role models, and I've grown a lot in my faith, and I really owe it to Valley.
I've changed as a person since freshman year. I've matured immensely. When I came in as a freshman, I was known as the funny and mature kid, and then I kind of grew out of that and began thinking for myself critically. I've also changed physically, as you can see. You know, I was a little chubby before, but now slimmed down a bit. And spiritually, I think I've come to know Christ as my Lord and Savior here. At first, I knew him just as like he was there and he was a chill dude, but now I know him as like he's God. He just came here and saved me.
It was the new school year of 2013 when a new group of freshmen began their due time at Valley Christian High School. Some people in the class had known each other for years. Some were polite acquaintances with one another, and others began their time not knowing a soul. It just so happens that I was one of the few that were not so fortunate as to even know any of my fellow students' names. And as someone who was already awkward with small talk and getting to know people, this made making friends quite the challenge. In due time, though, I grew out of my shell and began to make not only friends, but dear ones. Not only that, but I began getting involved in extracurricular activities and even public speaking. I grew up and I blossomed into the person that I am very proud to be today. As much as I would like to take credit for such growth, I did not do it myself. And though my friends did assist in it, not even they were the major players in the development of who I am. It was the faculty and staff that helped build me up the most. You see, it was Mrs. Dyer and Mrs. Bellerson that would use their quirkiness and love to make the freshman I was feel like it was okay to laugh at myself. It was Mr. Miles and D-Rock that helped challenge and shake my faith, only to make it more firm and stronger in Christ. It was people like Marty and Joe that taught me how to show love to people I don't always talk to. Those are only a few examples, and I know that I am not the only student to feel this way. You see, it is like how C.S. Lewis once said, "The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts." Teachers and other faculty and staff have a much higher calling on their lives than to just teach content. For they are the ones with the capabilities to shape much of who we are and who we will be. For that reason, they are not here to strip us of our skills and talents. They are to use such skills and talents as entry points to help mold the student into his/her greatest potential. And I am proud to say that is exactly what so many of you faculty and staff do for us. You have made it your ministry to build us students up in love, and you have invested in us in countless ways. For that, we can only express a fraction of gratitude we have for you. Thank you for advising us. Thank you for being wonderful role models. And most of all, thank you for loving each and every one of us with a selfless and giving love. Thank you.
I'm Jacob, the deceiver, the backstabber. I'm Jacob, heel grabber, supplanter, the one always trying to be first. I'm Jacob.
This is the story of Jacob and Esau.
Isaac prayed for his wife as she was barren. The Lord granted his prayer and she conceived.
Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated.
One people will be stronger than the other,
The boys grew up, and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country.
While Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. When Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished, and said to Jacob,
Let me ask for that red stew. I'm famished.
First, sell me your birthright.
And he sold his birthright to Jacob.
Jacob gave Esau some bread and lentil stew.
He ate and drank and got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright.
Many years later, we see Jacob, and now he's got a plan and a plot. Rebekah took the best clothes of Esau, her older son, and she put them on her younger son, Jacob. She also covered his hands and the smooth part of his neck with goat skins.
And then she handed to her son Jacob the tasty food she had made. Then he went to his father and said, My father.
Yes, my son. Who is it?
I'm Esau. Bless me.
And he got the blessing, but he lost himself.
Jacob.
The conflict between who we really are
And how we would like to appear.
the conflict between who we really are
And how we would like others to perceive us.
the conflict between who we really are
And who we think we're supposed to be.
Jacob ran, but on his way he dreamed of a ladder reaching to the heavens.
Years later, the angel of God appeared, and Jacob wrestled with the angel until daybreak. The angel said,
Let me go, for it is the break of day.
But Jacob replied,
I've done it my own way, but I'm finally ready and humble myself. Look, I'm Jacob. I struggle. I have issues. I'm Jacob. When I finally admitted who I am, then God said,
Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel.
once I admitted my name, God gave me a new one. God doesn't see Jacob dressed like Esau.
You got the possessions, but you're losing yourself.
You got the home, you got the car, but you're losing your soul.
You're losing yourself.
What good is it?
What good is it to gain the whole world if you lose your very soul in the process?
You may fool Isaac, but you can't fool yourself.
You may fool your neighbors, but you can't fool your God.
What good is it?
Don't ask God to bless who you pretend to be.
One day I was walking in a world of sin, no rest for my weary soul. just got my mind made up. I'll tell her everywhere I go. There ain't nobody gonna turn me around, 'cause Jesus is in control. God took those worldly desires and gave me heavenly fire. Now I've got a brand new goal.
And since I met this man called Jesus Christ, I've got that joy, joy, joy in my soul. Joy in my heart, joy in my mind, joy since that happy day. Joy in every way. God took those worldly desires and gave me heavenly fire. Now I've got a brand new goal. And since I met this man called Jesus Christ, I've got that joy, joy, joy in my soul. Joy, joy, joy in my heart, joy in my mind, joy since that happy day. Joy in my hands, joy in my feet, joy in every way. God took those worldly desires and gave me heavenly fire. Now I've got a brand new goal. And since I met this man called Jesus Christ, I've got that joy, joy, joy in my soul. And since I met this man called Jesus Christ, I've got that joy, 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 joy in my soul.
I don't know who that young man belongs to, but I'm taking him home tonight as mine. Sorry, I just got a new kid. You can't help but smile and even want to move after listening to these young people, not just what we just heard, but what we've heard so far. Now, I'm going to be presenting the Celeste Johnson Community Service Award. Yes, I am Celeste Johnson. My presence at Valley Christian High School physically as an employee was from 1986 to 2004. I had to think with my husband what those parameters were, but they were extremely happy times in my life, beyond happy times. We loved this school even before it was. We wanted our young man, our first born, to go to a Christian school, and our daughter. And so we did all we could to make that happen. And this cannot be the 32nd. I just can't believe this is 32 years. This is awesome. But anyway, both of my children graduated from Valley Christian High School. Why in the world would this be named after me? I did not name it. Some dear person did. All the time that I've been at Valley, and during all that time, I was doing volunteer work besides here. And there's been nothing that has changed my life also than the work that I've done in the community. And I know that every one of you down here have had to do those hours that were expected of you. And I can guarantee you, or else you wouldn't be graduating today. I know that. But I want to tell you, don't think that not one of those experiences that you had in the community is not going to count. And our family chapter in the Bible is Philippians 2. Our great leader, my husband, has kind of preached this for years, and this is really where our heart is. And this is the difference that you make as young people. It says that this, and I'm kind of taking little parts of this, but it's in Philippians 2, 3, 4, and 15. It is, we need to shine like stars word of life. Consider others better than yourselves, and that you should not look only on your own interests, but to the interests of others. Our community service, our time in the community is our chance to shine, and I know that you young people have done that. I started volunteering when I was 15. I volunteered at the mental hospital in Phoenix for a number of years, and I've done other volunteer times. At the present, I am at a rescue, and I'm one of the volunteers. We're all volunteers. I'm a volunteer manager, and I manage 28 people, and so my heart is still there. We're going to talk about a student today. I'm not going to tell the student his or her name, but as we go through the story of what the student has done in the way of community service, I think it'll begin to open up your hearts as to what it is. Young people today have opportunities that have just never been before, as when we were young. This student kind of has a breadth of activities in the community. It's not just in one area, and I think that really touched me. Even serving in an area a couple times with the homeless, which is not in her normal, I gave it away. Her normal way of doing it. Cancel that. All right. Many of the activities the student was involved in touched children's lives who have special needs, and this was done by participating in the Tim Tebow prom opportunity and the Roots and Boots rodeo. The voice that God gave this student has been used to encourage young people through worship services at Cornerstone Church. While being involved in Young Life Ministries, the student served meals at Lost Canyon and spent 6 days caring for teen moms who had 5-month-old babies. The thing I noticed too was the consistency in this young person's life and volunteering. For 3 years, she was on the Bridges executive team and did the summer Faith Fit Camp at the Grove Church for 2 years. That sounds like a lot of fun. She also, I know, had fun when she shopped for the Children's Cancer Network for Christmas gifts. Because I've already given you the clue of who this might be, here's your last one. Her senior Bible project was raising money for school uniforms at Haruma School and Orphanage. Yes, Gracie, Ms. Madeline Grace Bear, please come forward to award the
speaker. This man has had a tremendous impact on me as this year has gone by. My senior Bible teacher, I honestly don't know what this year would have been like without him. He's been an incredible role model for me in my life and my spirituality, and I wish everybody could have had the time to develop the same sort of relationship that him and I did. So please join me in welcoming up Mr. Bradley.
Here we are. Or blessings. I guess the out of ordinary teacher for the out of ordinary class. I mean, this seems quite fitting, doesn't it? I want to tell you to pull out college rule paper right now. I want to tell you to pull out black pens. I want to penalize you for blue pens. I want do Bible checks. I want to do all of this right now, but thank you, Luciano, for having my Bibles out. Wow, there are Bibles. This is the most number of Bibles I think I've ever seen. That's it. I'm done. That's it. There's no artistry. Extraordinary. Wonderful. Goodness gracious, you guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely incredible, and it is an honor and a privilege to get to do the faculty tribute for you guys today. In Jeremiah chapter 12, we've got this interesting conversation that's going on between God and Jeremiah. Jeremiah is complaining about all of the suffering and the hardships that they're going through, and God tells Jeremiah in verse 5, if you've run with men and you're tired, how are you going to compete with horses? And if in this wonderful, rich land you've stumbled, what are you going to do in the thickets of Jordan? See, it seemed like their suffering was pointless. It seemed like there was no use to it whatsoever. But God was preparing them for the season that He had in store for them. Along with your parents and grandparents and pastors and other leaders, we've been preparing you to thrive in the new seasons that are ahead. What felt like pointless homework assignments and black pen rules and 8 a.m. deadlines and hours of reading and researching and writing, all of that has been for your training. Even that great offense of using wide ruled paper, that was for your training. You will compete with horses, and at least you'll give them a run for their money, if not absolutely win. We take Jeremiah's words and we apply it to where you're at right now. If Pharaoh Valley has worn you out, what are you going to do in those crazy jungles of ASU and U of A and NAU and even, yes, GCU? What are you going to do? Thank you, good job. What are you going to do at Berkeley and Westmont? What are you going to do in Paris Island and the military academy or your self-crafted gap year? What will you do? Or you got to shout out. Yes. As you've heard me say many times before, we've been conditioning you for life beyond our classrooms. And we pushed you and we challenged you and trained you so that when you arrive to those places that God has for you, you will be able to compete. Class of 2017, you are ready and you are prepared. If you've received what we have to offer you, you are absolutely ready and absolutely prepared. We've taught you not only content, but we've trained you prayerfully to be critical thinkers and creative leaders and diligent workers. Your hard work and sleepless nights and tears and frustrations have not been in vain. Growth rarely happens in a place of comfort. So if you can look back on this year and recall moments of discomfort, chances are you have grown tremendously, whether you realize it or not. I can personally attest to your growth as I read all of your senior projects. What class has ever logged 5,600 hours of service, over $112,000 in donations, and touched 28 countries, all from one little senior project? Unordinary, for sure. And in all of that, reading your personal reflections in there, you attested to the fact that your faith grew, and you grew in skill, and you grew in confidence, and you grew in wisdom. You didn't believe that you could take on this monstrous task, but not only did you, but you exceeded all expectations, and for that, you should be proud. You are prepared for what is ahead. Writing until your hands cramp for what seemed like hours on one of Mr. Huber's tests, trust me, you are prepared. Reading scriptures closely and walking through soteriology and hamartiology and Bible 10, aka Romans 101, right? With D-Rob, certainly you are prepared. See, we've been in your shoes. We were students too. We made our share of mistakes And like your parents, we wanted to spare you from repeating many of the same mistakes that we made. And sometimes we were harshest on those that we saw about to make the same mistakes that we made as students. We cautioned you and we disciplined you out of love and not out of inflated egos. It would be cruel of us to let you go into this world without the tools that you need to be excellent. See, Daniel was chosen above princes and presidents because an excellent spirit was found in him. And that's what we want for you. We want the favor of the Lord that accompanies an excellent spirit. Now, we've not been perfect in executing our goal as teachers. Like your parents, we often wonder whether we got it right. We cross all of our T's, did we dot all of our I's? Did we push too hard? Did we not push hard enough? But we trust the grace of God to make up for wherever we may have failed. Your teachers are humans with flaws, and we're fighting sin just like you, and we're fighting discouragement and frustration just like you. We're wondering about our futures and next steps just like you. We have friendship dramas just like you. We're not immune from the human experience just because we're teachers. But through all of that, we pray that you have received the best of our gifts from God to you, given to you for your good and for his ultimate glory. See, competing with horses in the thickets of Jordan does not sound like anything anyone would sign up for, but it is reality, and it's your reality. You will get tired, and you'll get overwhelmed, you'll get discouraged in the seasons to come. You'll want to throw in the towel on your academics, your careers, your relationships, and even the faith. But as one poet said, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Or as Galatians says, don't be weary in well-doing, because you will reap a harvest if you do not faint. Isaiah said that if we would just wait upon the Lord, that he'll renew our strength, that we'll mount up with wings as eagles, that we'll run and not be weary, we will walk and not faint. The psalmist said that we might stumble, but we won't be cast headlong. All that you need is found in the presence of God, because we know that from everlasting to everlasting, he is God. He is that he is, and all that he is. And if you will lean into him and lay hold of all that he is, not only will you survive the seasons to come, but you will absolutely thrive. We've been training you based on what we see in you that you may not see in yourselves. We've been training you based upon what we know lies ahead. We've been training you based on the truth of God's word. You've been trained intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and socially. Mr. Timmer has trained you. Mr. Hogsman has trained you. Mrs. Hine has trained you. Dr. Miller has trained you. Mrs. Staten has trained you. Mr. Kuiper has trained you well. Mr. Schenecker has trained you. Mr. Robinson has trained you. Mr. Nelson and Mrs. Dyer have trained you. Miss Clausen has trained you. Mr. Huber and Mr. Oliver have trained you. Many more have trained you. I have trained you. You've been trained. You've been trained. Now, even with all of this training, it will still take the grace of God to carry you to exactly the place that he has for you. You will never outgrow the need for his grace. Now, what will you do with what has been given to you? You have been a fantastic crowd to teach. No other class in my 13 years has kept me on my toes quite like you guys. And I love you for it, absolutely. About 4 of these gray hairs belong to you in this year, more than belong to you. It's not for what you've accomplished or what you will accomplish, but it's for the moments that you've allowed us to see your hearts. We, your teachers, say thank you. For letting us hear your thoughts and letting us work through challenges with you, we say thank you. For letting us in on the good, bad, and ugly of your world without much pretense, because you're an honest bunch, we say thank you. Now I want you to stand real quick for me, kiddos. This is where it may get a little emotional, but we'll keep it together. Composure, right, Jacob? Composure, that's right. every senior class I've ever gotten the privilege to teach, either on my own or with them together. I've had the awesome opportunity to pray a special blessing over them. And on behalf of your teachers, I want to declare Psalm chapter 20 over your life. And I want you to hear your teachers. Hear this on behalf of your teachers and administrators and all who have worked with you. Psalm chapter 20. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and give you support from Zion. May he remember all your offerings and regard with favor your burnt sacrifices, Selah. May he grant you your heart's desire and fulfill all your plans. May we shout for joy over your salvation. And in the name of our God, set up banners. May the Lord fulfill all your petitions. Now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer him from his holy heaven with the saving might of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. Class of 2017, may goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life. May you dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Grace and peace to the beloved and extraordinary class of 2017.
One reminder about senior trip for those of you that are going. It starts at school early in the morning. Yes, there is life before 5 a.m. You're supposed to meet after school at 5 at Barnes Assembly Hall. They're going on the senior trip. Our seniors are returning to Forest Home near Big Bear, California for their senior trip. We're praying for safe travels and for a very memorable experience with your classmates. In a moment, we're going to take a few minutes to have some family prayer time and a parental blessing with each of the graduates. The concept of a parental blessing has deep biblical roots, all the way back to Abraham. We see God promising Abraham and Sarah a son. We saw some of that acted out today. God's blessing on these unlikely parents was turned into a parental blessing in the life of their son Isaac when he blessed his sons Jacob and Esau. Several generations later, Moses blessed each of the 12 tribes of Israel before they crossed into the promised land. Parental blessings became a central part of the legacy of the Jewish families over the centuries. You know how even Mary and Joseph brought baby Jesus to the temple for consecrating him to God. One of the foundational passages in this practice comes from the Old Testament in Deuteronomy 6, the Shema, if you know it by that title. In this passage, Moses presents some of the most important words for parents to practice as they raise their children to know God, to love Him, and to live for Him. The heart of the passage is in verses 4 through 7. I'd like to quote those. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Parents and other family members, you have played a vital role in the continued success of these seniors. Provision and care over the years has allowed them to reach this point in their lives. And in the coming years, your continued support is needed as they face the adventures ahead. As we near the end of this baccalaureate service, we want to allow families and friends a few minutes to meet together and for the heads of those families to pray a blessing on their senior student. Other family members might also like to pray for them. Seniors, would you find your places around the sanctuary?